Welcome to Kindness Stories, where real moments of courage, compassion, and strength come alive through the power of storytelling. If you believe that kindness can change the world, you're in the right place. Sit back and let today's story inspire you to stand up, speak out, and lead with love. The morning was unusually cold for early September, and the sky above Jefferson High School hung low with gray clouds. Students walked quickly through the main entrance, bundled in jackets and hoodies, their breaths visible in the chill. Among them was a girl who didn't quite blend in with the usual crowd. Quiet, but unmistakably confident. Her name was Amara Davis. Amara had just moved with her mother and younger brother from Atlanta to this small town in Wisconsin. It was a big change, and her mother had explained that starting fresh was a chance to grow, to shine, and to show the world who she was. Still, Amara wasn't naive. She knew the looks. She recognized the uncomfortable silence that often followed when she walked into a room in a town where hardly anyone looked like her. It was Amara's first day at Jefferson High, and she clutched her schedule with slightly trembling fingers, trying to figure out where room 107 was. She turned a corner and saw a group of students laughing loudly. They were clearly the kind of group that had known each other for years. Inside jokes and a pecking order she wasn't part of. As she passed by, a tall boy with a football letterman jacket stopped her. "Hey, are you lost?" he asked, not unkindly, but with a strange smirk. "Because I think you might have taken a wrong turn back to wherever you came from." The others laughed, but Amara kept walking. She'd heard worse. She found her classroom and took a seat near the window, hoping the day would pass without too much drama. But life had other plans. During the next few days, Amara began to see a pattern. Whispering behind her back, stares that lingered along, comments muttered under breath, but loud enough to sting. There was Rachel, the blonde girl who always rolled her eyes when Amara raised her hand in class. There was Tyler, the same boy from the hallway, who seemed to make it his mission to mock her every time he passed by. And then there were the subtle axe books knocked off her desk, her locker mysteriously jammed shut, laughter that followed her in the halls. Amara's mother noticed something was wrong one night at dinner. "How was school?" she asked gently, stirring the pot of stew. Amara shrugged. "It's fine," she said, though her voice lacked conviction. Her mother paused. "You know, fine doesn't sound like fine." Amara looked up. "It's just, they're different there, and they make sure I know it." Her mother walked over, sat beside her, and took her hand. "You were born with a crown. Don't let anyone convince you to take it off." Amara nodded. She knew her mom meant well, but courage didn't always come easily when you were outnumbered. Still, those words planted a seed. It was Friday when everything changed. Amara walked into her history class and noticed something was off. Tyler and his friends were whispering, and their eyes kept darting toward her. The teacher, Mr. Jenkins, was running late, which meant there were a few precious minutes of unsupervised time. The moment the door closed behind her, the boy stood up and blocked her path to her seat. "Hey, Amara," Tyler said with a grin, "we've got a special seat for you today." Amara hesitated. "Move," she said, her voice steady, but they didn't. Instead, they tried to grab her by the arms. "Just a joke. Come on," one of them said as they pulled at her backpack. She pushed back hard and stepped away. "Don't touch me," she said, her voice louder now. Other students looked on, some laughing, others wide-eyed and silent. No one intervened. That's when Rachel stood up. "Guys, come on. She's just being dramatic," she said. But she didn't stop them. She just added to the humiliation. Amara's heart raced. She could feel her pulse in her ears. She read stories like this, seen videos, and here it was happening to her. But then she did something no one expected. She took a deep breath, walked to the front of the class, and stood on the platform where the teacher usually lectured. "If you think it's okay to treat someone like this because they're different, then you're not just being mean, you're being part of the problem," she said, her voice clear and unwavering. "You think it's funny? You think it's harmless? Let me tell you what it feels like. It feels like waking up and wondering if you should even bother going to school. It feels like being alone in a room full of people. It feels like being invisible until someone decides to make you the target. But I'm not here to make you comfortable. I'm here to learn, just like you. And I won't shrink so you can feel tall." The room was silent. Tyler scoffed and muttered something under his breath, but no one laughed this time, not even his friends. Dahmer, Jenkins walked in seconds later, oblivious to what had just happened. But he noticed the tension. Is everything okay? He asked. No one answered. Amara sat back down, her hands still shaking slightly. But inside, something had shifted. After class, something else happened. A girl named Jasmine walked up to her. That was really brave, she said. I've seen what they do. I should have said something earlier. Amara smiled faintly. Thanks. Then another student, Noah, approached. If you ever need someone to walk with you to class, I've got your back. It was the beginning of a small shift. Kindness, like cruelty, could ripple through a crowd. One by one, students began to see Amara for who she was. Not a stranger, not a target, but a person with strength and heart. Over the next few weeks, the bullying didn't vanish overnight, but it lessened. Tyler and his crew backed off after being called to the principal's office thanks to anonymous reports from other students who finally found their voice. Amara joined the debate team. She started helping in the library. She even started a diversity and inclusion club where students could talk openly about their backgrounds, cultures, and experiences. The club grew quickly. Rachel showed up one day, awkward and unsure. Amara didn't turn her away. Instead, she welcomed her, because that's the thing about kindness. It doesn't just stop the hate, it transforms it. And that quiet girl who walked in with trembling hands, she became a leader, not because she shouted the loudest, but because she stood her ground with grace. Now every time someone asks her how she stayed strong, she remembers her mother's words. You were born with a crown, and she kept it on, because the world may try to drag you down, but no one can pull you out of your place if you decide to stand in it with courage. Thanks for watching Kindness Stories. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories that show the power of standing up, speaking out, and choosing kindness no matter the cost.